everybody, welcome back to the Arsenal Fan Reviews channel, and I'm here today with special guest and Newcastle fan Mark, as we're going to be doing our preview for Arsenal versus Newcastle in the FA Cup. So thanks so much for joining me.
No, thanks for asking me on, Thomas. Thank you.
That's all right. Of course, information scrolling down at the bottom. So if you do want to know when it's going to be shown, where on TV or anything like that, just put your eyes down to the bottom. But let's get straight into it. So what have you thought of Arsenal and Newcastle seasons so far? Both kind of mid-table teams. Arsenal haven't been doing that well, but we've jumped up a few spaces after wins recently. What have you thought?
Yeah, I mean, Arsenal haven't got off to the best of starts for sure. They started relatively well for the first few games, but the last 5 games have been okay. But the 10 games before that, they were pretty poor actually. I mean, Arteta was getting stick from all angles. You couldn't buy a win, you couldn't buy a point, and it was looking very bleak. And I remember seeing Shearer on Match of the Day saying they were in a relegation fight, and ever since then they can't stop winning. So I think they certainly turned the corner. They found a new style of play. I think that Emile Smith-Rowe has been a bit of a catalyst for you. And I think you certainly turned the corner now. I think you'll sort of make progress up the league. As for Newcastle, we just haven't got a great team. We're probably about where we deserve to be. We're going to be up and down. I don't think we're going to get drawn into the relegation. We're not that far off the bottom, but I think there's 3 worse teams than us. But I don't think we're going to do great this season. So it's about par for the course for Newcastle.
Yeah, I mean, I was personally Arteta out when we went on that 10-game or however long it was streak without managing to pick up a single point. And I'm not going to be a reactionary fan. I'm not going to all of a sudden change to Arteta in, but I am starting to see something nice playing the youngsters. Now we're sending up players. And about Newcastle, it hasn't been the greatest season like usual, but I mean, you managed to pick a point off of Liverpool the other day, which was quite impressive, wasn't it?
Yeah, I saw that match. I watched that match on Prime. We actually played quite well. We sort of nullified a lot of the Liverpool's attacks. They had 1 or 2. Carl Darlow made 1 or 2 good saves. We didn't show a massive deal going forward. We didn't really look like scoring, but at least we had a bit of a go. I mean, the week before, our match before that was Brentford, and we were terrible. I mean, we were woeful against Brentford, but yeah, we lost that. So I was quite pleased with the Liverpool match, but again, we went back to old habits last week and lost to Leicester. So I don't think we've been on a bad run. We had Man City, Liverpool, and Leicester, so you're not going to get many points out of them. So, but yeah, it's about what we expected, really.
Well, of course, last time Newcastle won the cup was way back in 1955. Last time we won it was, of course, last year. Even though we were doing terribly in the Premier League, we finished 8th. And it looks like we're going to be going that way again this season. We still managed to go on that absolutely brilliant cup run, beating City, Chelsea, all these huge teams, whereas the other teams we had, Chelsea in the final, City in the semi-final, they had, those type Stokes, Cardiff, those type of teams that, aren't anywhere near the type of teams we were playing. So it was really tough, but we managed to get through. And of course, we won the whole competition. So can we do it again, or can Newcastle do it again? What are your thoughts on the FA Cup?
Well, I doubt very much that Newcastle can do it again. Certainly not this season. We just haven't got the players, really. So Arsenal certainly can. You've got some reasonable players. I don't know whether you're going to buy anybody in this window, but you've just seen Man City reach their 4th Carabao Cup on the trot, and Arsenal a bit of the FA Cup specialists. So it wouldn't surprise me to see Arsenal go on a run and do quite well again. They've got obviously a home draw this time, which will help. It's a bit of a luck of the draw, and I know a lot of the teams play second string, so it depends how seriously you take it, really.
I mean, like you said there, FA Cup specialists, we've won it 14 times. We've won it the most times out of every single team who participates. So we really do know how to go on a brilliant cup run. If Arsenal do lose to Newcastle somehow, which I personally don't think will happen, but if it somehow did, where do you think they'd go? Do you think they'd go through in the next round as well, maybe even reach the semis, something like that? Or
you mean Newcastle?
Just a bit of luck. Yeah, Newcastle.
I mean, I thought we should have got to the semi-final of the Carabao. When you play Brentford, if you're a Premier League team, I know Brentford beat 4 Premier League teams en route to the semis. We can't beat Brentford. Why? What makes us think we're going to beat Arsenal? I mean, I can't see it, but you just never know. When it's the FA Cup, when it's one-off games, if you take it seriously, then you can beat anyone, and it's luck. You've only got to win 7 games to win the cup, so we've got it in us to win 7 games. I don't think we've got the consistency or the quality of team to do much of a run. So why don't you just put us out of our misery on Saturday and beat us? Then we don't have to get too carried away.
I mean, I personally think we will go out with a strong team. We've got Partey returning back from injuries, back fully fit now, so we'll probably at least be on the bench. We've got Gabriel coming back, our best defender all season, arguably our best player all season, coming back from, of course, a positive COVID test. We got Martinelli slowly coming back from injury. He's an absolute brilliant youngster on fire at the moment. We rested him last game, so it looks like he'll be playing. So we're going to go for a strong team, which will definitely not do you any good. So do you think you'll play any good squad, or will you just go for kind of second team? Do you care about this?
I think we'll make plenty of changes. And the problem is Arsenal's first team is better than our first team, and your second team is better than our second team. So you would have to put a weakened team out. We'd have to go with our top team to have any chance, I think. So we haven't got that strength in depth. All those names you've just talked about, we haven't got people that roll off the tongue that are proven players like Martinelli and Gabriel and Partey, who are all fantastic players. We've all got kind of second string. We have a reasonable first 11. If he plays his first 11, I'd like to think it puts a fairly strong team out, because it's Arsenal away. You're going to get beaten up if you put your second team. So I'd like to think we'll go out with Wilson up front, with Almiron and Joe Linton supporting, and give it a bit of a go. Last thing we want to do is see us sit back and resign ourselves to the fact we're going to lose. Let's just go out with a bang and try to get at Arsenal.
So you'll think you'll play quite attacking then? Steve Bruce will put out all those attacking players, or will you play defensively, try and catch us out on the counter?
He's typically quite dour, and he tries to go defence first. I mean, those 3 players, they don't score a lot of goals. Callum Wilson's pretty good, but Joe Linton and Almiron only get you about 5 goals a year, so they're not people to rely on for goals. And we haven't got goals anywhere else in the team, really, so we are reliant on Wilson. So I think it'd be silly to sort of go too defensive, because you just invite Arsenal to come onto you, and with your attacking play and the form that you're in at the moment, and you're full of confidence, I think you'll pick us off. So not too gung-ho. I think we've got to be sensible, keep it tight for the first 45 and try to exploit it in the second half.
Well, just like Arsenal, we've got quite a few players returning from injury. Do you have anyone coming back? Do you have anyone you just want to particularly see in this game?
I don't think we got two. Well, we've got those 2 people that are out for long-term COVID, so they're not coming back. Alan's son Maximon and our defender, is it Lascelles? I can't remember his name now. I mean, they're not going to be back in time for Friday, that's for sure. As I say, we don't have a great deal of depth. Andy Carroll came off the bench and scored a goal. He may well start. I mean, I've tried something else. Go up top with a big centre forward. I mean, the only time I've seen Newcastle beat Arsenal, and it must have been 10 years ago now, is when Carroll was with us the first time and we won 1-0 at your place, because I was there behind the goal and I saw Andy Carroll score. So Carroll maybe. Just mix it up. Carroll and Wilson. Linton's not a goal scorer, really. He's not really proved himself. So we haven't got too many options. So hopefully we'll put up a decent showing. That's the main thing.
Well, finally today, what is your score prediction? The big question.
I will go 3-1 to Arsenal, unfortunately. Pains me to say it. What about you?
I think I'm going to go 2-0 Arsenal. I think with Gabriel back, as I said, one of our best defenders. We got Holding and Marie. They've recently experimented together. They've formed quite a good partnership. So our defence is looking very strong, of course. Tierney and Bellerin out the flanks. They haven't been doing too badly at all this season in these couple past games where we have won. So I think we will not concede, and our 2 goal scorers will be Martinelli And I think Partey will actually get one, maybe from a corner or something like that. But
you don't think Thomas? You don't think he's going to go with Aubameyang and Lacazette? Then you don't think he'll play those? He'll rest those two for Martinelli.
Well, Lacazette, he's been on form recently, and I don't really want to say that he's going to be dropped, but I think he does need a bit of rest. And with Aubameyang, he could potentially play, as he's not really had any confidence at all. I think he's only got a goal or two, and one of them was pretty much a tap-in or so against Southampton. The other was a penalty in the Premier League this season. So he's not been good ever since signing that contract. So he might potentially play. Arteta may try and get him to play against a weaker Newcastle side to get a goal or two, boost his confidence, but I can't see it happening, honestly.
I think we're both agreed Arsenal going to win.
Okay, well, that about wraps up. So thank you, everybody, so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure to like, subscribe, share, and comment. I'll see you tomorrow for your Arsenal Transfer Daily, and then the day after for my reaction to Arsenal versus Newcastle. Bye.
See you, Thomas. Bye.